Nation in those first few years of life. But eye tests are difficult to perform on infants. There is a new technology, though, that can catch eye problems before it's too late. And it's the subject of tonight's special health report, Baby Eyes.
Hey, look at me.
Whether it was playing ball or doing schoolwork, 11-year-old Daniel Bruns never knew why he couldn't keep up with the other kids. No one else knew either. Medical tests proved nothing, and Daniel soon learned to drop out of activities he might fail.
Oh, yucky, yucky.
I just thought Daniel didn't enjoy throwing and catching a ball.
They may feel that it's part of that they're just not good at these things. I'm not good at sports because, you know, I'm clumsy. Well, it may not be that you're clumsy. You have poor depth perception. Take a look. You see my letter D?
Last fall, optometrist Dr. Paul Lederer discovered Daniel's problem was his vision. It was just 50% normal, probably the result of a brief loss of oxygen when Daniel was an infant. Regular eye tests back then didn't work because Daniel was too young to tell what he could see. And as an older child, there was another problem. Daniel's fear of doing things had turned into a complicated behavioral problem. The eye doctors simply couldn't believe him.
Because of his behavioral responses, it was thought that he was what we call malingering.
Look at the checker. See the checker? Now watch, here's the snake.
Dr. Lederer used a new test on Daniel that doesn't depend on patients telling what they see. Even babies can be tested just by looking at a flickering television screen. When patients see the patterns change, it registers in the brain, and an electrode sends that information to a computer. In just seconds, eye specialists know if there's a problem. And even for babies, early therapy and treatment make a big difference.
The child has a better chance. The system is more plastic. We don't want to wait until they can tell us, and then sometimes it's too late.
I just do it because it's fun. I'm learning.
For Daniel, it's still not too late. He's getting therapy now to learn how to use his limited sight, and his parents say his attitude toward trying things seems to be changing.
He's starting to do things that other kids would that we take for granted, working puzzles, coloring, playing with marbles. It's been amazing, the difference in Daniel's environment.
Daniel's eyesight problem isn't the only one that the new infant eye tests can diagnose. Tonight on the Channel 5 News at 6, how the tests can catch an eye disorder affecting 1 out of every 6 infants. Catch infant eye problems before they get bad.
Ready, Michael? Look up here.
It's taken one operation and special training, but today Michael Lieb is able to follow the pattern card with both eyes instead of just one. As an infant, Michael's left eye turned inward, sending blurred vision to his brain. Unless it's corrected early, the brain will favor only the good eye and shut off the nerves to the bad eye. It goes blind. It's a risk for nearly 1 out of every 6 babies, and regular eye tests don't always discover it in time.
The younger they were, the less reliable were those subjective kinds of tests, those tests where the child had to respond. And we were missing a lot of problems.
Dr. Paul Lederer is a pioneer in developmental optometry. He believes children shouldn't have to wait for school to get an eye test.
I think the standard of care is going to change. I think we will see that children 6 months to a year will be screened as a standard level of care.
Infants don't need to tell what they see with tests like this. Instead, their eyes do the talking, darting naturally to the side of the card that has the pattern. The limits of Michael's sight are found by making the pattern smaller until eventually he doesn't know which side to look at.
Can you look at the light?
These nonverbal tests also work for severely disabled children like Adam Wirtz. 4 years ago, Adam was born with damage to his optic nerve and other neurological problems. Normal eye tests showed no response to any objects, but a new computer-driven test version of Michael's card test showed Adam could see large things, especially things with clear edges. So now, for the first time, Adam is learning to look for his toys and to explore the world around him, and his parents have noticed a difference.
He's using his vision a lot more. So in all areas we've noticed improvements. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful feeling. Not that I can pick him up and say, look at mommy, and he looks. It's just, I just can't describe that feeling.
That's great.